Shady, 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 shady. Zero's being very shady. Seriously, why is he being so shady?
Who knows?
Ugh.
But I guess this episode disproves that theory that him and Nox are the same person.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it is weird to watch.
And also, just that the secret's out now. Like everyone knows. Everyone on the show now knows.
Yep, that it's Nox and what's behind the closet.
Yeah, everyone now knows.
Where are you, Hiroshi Nagano? We will find you.
Oh no, we didn't find Johnny's closet. We found Toei's closet.
Mark my words, Johnny. We won't fail again.
Yeah, like Codename Kids Next Door, the Dragon Ball
Yeah,
Z
yeah, the Tigaloid power charm. Okay, yeah, guys, we're you know why we're here. We're here for our usual Monday double feature discussing Ultraman Zeztz. Base 12
Zeztz.
Impact.
Zeztz, that show sucks.
Yeah, what? No, Kamen Rider Zeztz. Look, it says Kamen Rider, Kamen Rider, Kamen Rider.
You know how the consensus is. It's like everyone's got to say it sucks.
Yeah, well,
like,
you know what?
Kamen Rider sucks. You know.
Well, you know what? I call upon you to call my name.
Atimu!
Kiva sucks. Old sucks. Forze sucks. Wizard sucks. Gaim sucks. Drive sucks.
Yeah,
everything sucks. The only real Kamen Rider is Ichigo.
Black sucks.
Oh, don't even get me started on Black. I think I've already said enough. People have already started to at me and be like, "You don't know quality." I'm like, when do we get there?
We're watching the season right now.
I know. I know. And I'm like, when do we get to
more if you said Ghost was a good season?
Oh my god.
Oh, Ghost.
If you said Super Mega Force was a good season.
Oh, you know what? You know that we can all agree upon is that the Mega Force is mega suck. Besides having,
it was a mega farce.
Besides having, by the internet's word, the most attractive cast ever. I debate that, but it's like. Yeah, okay, we get it.
Have you not seen?
We get it. Okay.
Have you not seen the cast of SPD?
And you know what else?
You already know
this
about
guy. We're actually at the 2012 Morphicon where we first met and saw the trailer for Megaforce, and that trailer was better than the entire show.
Unfortunately, everyone was super mega hyped. I took a photo with Najee and Alex. Then I went to the back room and met Mr. S because his booth was right in front of the back room entrance to that specific panel room. And I immediately showed him the trailer. He was basically the first person to see the trailer that wasn't in that room. True story.
Let's just say this. You couldn't save that show no matter how hard you tried.
Yeah.
You couldn't. You could not. And also the fans should have lowered the bar because they're you really seriously thought
it will be on Gokaiger's level.
There was gonna be a Gokaiger exactly verbatim word for word. I'm like, you all had been saying for years how Saban was cheap and a slave driver. You really think he was gonna shell out that kind of money?
Yeah,
Well,
and don't forget, people are like, "Oh, Saban podcast property, our one true savior has arrived."
yeah. Well, here's the
No,
thing that
no.
when they would eventually get to an adaptation of Gokaiger, I didn't expect at all to be a one-for-one adaptation of Gokaiger. Power Rangers for the most part is like night and day adaptation compared to Super Sentai. So basically, what I'm expecting is that it would have its own twist on it. Maybe have returning actors. It didn't get very much dialogue, and there were barely any tribute episodes. But at the same time, they hyped it up at an adult convention. So I'd say like there's a good amount of blame to like both sides.
No. I mean the fact that the Ranger keys were literally,
two-thirds the size of the Japanese ones.
like I just knew right off the bat, and then seeing like what they were doing with Gokaio and what the functions were, I'm like, wow, really? You couldn't even do that.
And then in the toy commercial, they literally used a fan sub of Gokaiyo.
In all honesty, the point we're trying to say is that anything and everything in all fandom sucks, except for the very niche things within the fandom. I've had people like talk and hear them on TikTok, on Twitter, on Instagram, how like they just revealed the Nox sword that slash gun that has been released, and how everyone is tearing into that thing like, wait, let's compare the show. Let's compare the premium Bandai toy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
and it's like, yeah, this
the
show
deluxe
sucks.
line is made for children.
People forget that just because the children grow up, become adults, keep watching the show, it doesn't mean it's still you as target audience. Don't get me wrong. Children mean the target demographics are an excuse for a season to suck. Oh, okay, you samurai. But the thing is, it's like, while on one extreme you don't want smiley nice man Jaden on one extreme, but you also don't want cocaine snorting Zach from Power Slash Rangers in the opposite extreme either.
Yeah. Like, I will say, look, these shows are not meant for us, obviously. I always enjoy seeing the reviews of other channels, but then seeing other people go into like depth and be like, look, I know certain shows are very heavy and philosophical, but other times I'm like, you're reading in too much for a children's TV show.
Yeah.
Now, not to say that
a children's TV show can't do that.
No, it can certainly do that. We have gone into that with Fives, with Ols, with Kiva, with
Avatar: The Last Airbender,
we
Batman, the animated series.
But again, it's like, yeah, look, just because we got to work within the budget of the show, and then the budget of marketing and products, does not mean that it sucks.
Yeah. Well, the thing is,
maybe as we said earlier, maybe they'll release a memorial version of this show, even though the show's still airing.
Yeah.
Or at least after it's airing.
Yeah. February 2026, now on Premium Bandai, the memorial edition of the Nox Knight Sword. But didn't it just come out? But it was introduced last year in 2025.
I know, it's 2026 now.
Yeah, so it's been a year.
It's a memorial.
Yeah.
It's in memory of the previous year.
I am just like, okay, look, I get it. Well, I even kind of questioned the release of the side satchel belt. it looks a little small than compared to other belts that have been released. Like, no joke. I've seen people like, wait, that's the premium. That's the. How come the any past drives have looked a lot bigger in comparison? Like, I feel like this is the that they've re-released like Ichigo and other, but more like a child version of it.
Yeah.
It looks around like that. I'm like, well, yeah, no, the actual product is a little bit bigger. I feel like this is a little bit smaller. But then again, who am I? I didn't buy the product. I'm just saying, I'm like, it just seems a little bit smaller than what it normally would be.
Yeah.
Oh well, neither or. I don't think that sucks.
No.
It's getting there. We're finally getting into some really deep lore and some really deep confrontations right now.
Yeah. Just because something is made for children doesn't mean it can't be enjoyed by adults. Because I go back to watch shows that I watched as a kid, and it's not because of nostalgia reasons. Although I can't help but have it bring me back time to when I was younger. But what point is that I find that I still very much legitimately enjoy them, and I notice and appreciate things I didn't notice as a kid that I do now as an adult.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when you go back and watch Gravity Falls and see all the references, or when you watch Steven Universe and you're just like, man, there is not a single redeemable character in this show.
Yep.
Holy crap! Yeah. That's what happens when you live life.
Yeah, what's crazy is I watched it for the first time, and I'm like, geez, not a single redeemable character.
It's the same thing when you go back and watch old Kamen Rider series or old Ultraman series, It's like, okay, I did watch it, but then when you rewatch it, you're like, okay, now I'm seeing the faults here. I'm seeing, wait, that could have been handled differently.
Or it's like when I watched the older Power Rangers seasons up to RPM, there were a lot of things in those seasons that I appreciate now as an adult.
And things you wouldn't otherwise as a kid. Like, oddly enough, it's like when I was a teenager, yes, I liked the I really liked the what's it called? The gritty, Terminator 4 type stuff. But honestly, as an adult, I like the comedy of RPM more. Like the time when Ziggy tried to stop those robbers at the grocery store, and then Gem and Gemma ruin the rescue, and then the robbers escape. And then Gem and Gemma have to fix the door at the end of the episode. And then they are and then they use weaponized incompetence to make Ari Boyland fix it instead.
Yeah,
that was fun. Like as an adult, I love that. It's hilarious. So I think it's like when you're an adult versus when you're a kid, you crave for what you have less of in that point in your life. As a kid, you crave more seriousness because your life is a gas. But then as an adult, when you become jaded, it's like you want to have more levity. It's giving people what they want.
Well, besides ragging on the toys, let's get into this show.
Yeah, we haven't really got into the show yet. And we're 14 minutes in. All right, okay. Yeah, so we're in space. The final frontier. And its mysterious ways have taken the form of mysterious switches, with which you could channel the power of youth. Whoa, 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 Zeztz! Whoa, 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 Zeztz!
Where
whoa, whoa.
if he said it, I was waiting for him to say it. I was waiting for him to do something. I'm like, are we gonna get a Forze like reference here? No, no, no.
Yeah,
No,
but
but weirdly
imagine
enough, I
if the
think we ended up
Nightmare
getting
looked
an
like
Ichigo
Forza.
reference.
I don't know because I was just like, I was waiting for it. I was waiting for someone to say, but I'm like, no, they didn't say it. So, we don't get a Kamen Rider reference. What we get is a reference to a shoujo anime. Oh no, I'm sorry, to a shonen anime. Because Baku is here in space with a young boy named Seiya.
Well, in the words of Bowling for Soup, a cloud appears above your head. Aurora Borealis comes in view. Aurora comes in
But
view.
you know that
Hand
we
in hand.
reference a lot of old '90s anime openings, but that's one that never gets talked about, and for good reason too.
Yeah, I gotta appreciate it. May suck that I'll never get to see the Japanese singer for the Saint Seiya theme song, but I got to see the American theme song. Well, the artist of the American theme song.
The Netflix one.
No, I mean like I
Oh,
mean
the
the two,
actual, yeah. Well, yeah.
Bowling for Soup, dude.
Yeah. That's very true.
There are
But
88 constellations, and they all have to go in a medley. So the problem for us is to figure out who becomes Sagittarius.
And then
yeah,
Bowling
we get
Soup also sings the Sonic Unleashed song. I see it.
yeah we finally just get that whole reference. I'm like, okay. So where are we? Are we just floating in the void of space? Are we just literally just having one of those
We're on
purgatory?
the holodeck number one.
We're on a holodeck. Okay, we are that advanced now.
Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of Starship Enterprise. Its continuing mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no man has gone before.
I was about to say,
Honestly,
are you going full on Shatner, or are you going with Picard? Because I was like, if you're
well,
going Shatner,
here's the thing. Picard. What's it called? Picard, Janeway, and God, I'm trying to remember his name. The one from Deep Space Nine.
Cisco.
Yeah, Cisco. Yeah, they had the same theme song. Honestly, I prefer the original series theme song, personally speaking. But holodeck was not a thing until the next generation, so I had to stay consistent. But let's be honest, it was a nice change of pace when we got Enterprise and we got like a proper lyrical song. It's been a long road getting from there to here.
All right. So yeah, we wound up just being at I guess it's not a planetarium. It's a micro NASA attraction, I guess is what the best proper way to say it would be.
Yeah.
And of course Nem's here. Cosplaying as a space girl. I don't know how this refers to space, but okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? Nem is just here to be the eye candy. We know this. I know that there's going to be a more deeper reason with her, but you got to enjoy that she's actually getting into it. She's not just she's not like, oh, this hurts me to say it, but I'm going to say it. She's not like Koyomi.
I was gonna say.
I know, and I defend her still to this day. But I'm like, it's wonderful that you're not Koyome at this point. You're actually involved as just like standing there and just being a blank slate.
Oh, jeez. I really can't. Wait, you're talking about Koyomi from Wizard, right?
Yeah.
I can't stand her. Like, geez, like she's so boring.
Let us debate that when we get to Wizard, because I will literally fight. I will be the Kevin Hart, like meme where I'm just holding her and I'm like, "Don't you dare!" That's me with Cleo. I'm like, no, I will defend her, but that's not what we're here for. At least Nem is like getting into it despite. I'm like, what closet did you raid to get that outfit? But yeah, apparently for some reason, somewhere in the deep, vast void of space, there's a meteor the size of Texas coming our way.
Yeah,
you know what this means? We got to call Bruce Willis.
Yeah, and that one dude from Good Will Hunting.
And Tendoji.
And Aerosmith. Because we need an awesome theme song.
Yeah, you know what? How is that movie considered like the best of '98 when I still say that Deep Impact was way better?
Well, either way, my baby blue. I know that song came out in 2000, but I don't care.
Oh God, I swear, like Armageddon is on the same level as Titanic to me. They're like such snooze fest. Either or, I'm like whatever. So Baku couldn't do anything. Apparently a meteor hit, and that ain't good. Although Nox shows up with his little sword and shoots his capsule.
Phrasing.
Like, bro, you don't know how much I paid for this, and you're like shooting it. What the fuck? And of course, like doesn't really do much except that I guess you broke it because it's not spinning properly, and then this black ball of light and gas just kind of came out shooting out of it for some reason. I'm like, are they supposed to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Is this one maybe like a flaw? Does it need to be recalled?
Maybe it's a new gimmick that we didn't know about.
I don't know. Something seems fishy here. I don't like it.
No.
But yeah, let's cue the opening credits, but then skip the opening credits for a minute. So, as we all know, what happens in the dream world happens in the real world. If you dream in the dream world, it becomes real in the real world. Yeah. So that meteorite actually did hit. I'm hoping there were no civilians nearby.
Mm-hmm.
But we do get a little bit. We do get a little bit of information in the dream that within 2 days the meteor will hit. All right. So should we get some nukes ready? Maybe we should call Godzilla to maybe blow up the meteorite. I don't know.
That would make sense. Heck, even Ultraman Arc blew up a meteor in the movie.
Should we call?
Granted, it was a creepy pasta, but still.
What are we gonna do? I know Nem is like, oh, don't worry, Seven will take care of us. I'm like, are you sure?
Uh-huh.
Are you sure? Okay.
I'm very concerned.
I am I have several questions, but okay. Anyway, we get to the point where we go back to Fuji and Nausicaa looking into this incident.
Yeah.
And of course, Baku just tries to drop that. Yeah, Fuji, you know your partner? The one that just appeared, Mr. Otaka?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate to tell you this, but he was actually in the dream world.
And he's being a menace this whole time.
He decided to get highlights and now joining Scary Terry and the Scary Bun.
Oh jeez, not Scary Terry, bitch.
It's so like wait, but of course, here's the thing. Fuji, he don't believe it. And bless his heart for not believing it, but I'm like,
evidence. It's right there.
It says to the contrary, sir.
I wish Baku at least took one of those dream photos of him, just so he could at least show him. Look, I saw him in the dream. He's right here.
That'd be a evil twin or something.
You know what? Fuji wouldn't even accept it because, like, no, my Otaka didn't have highlights. He would have so denied it. He would have been like, the proof is right there, and he kind of, well, as he is like a child, he kind of just gets really mad and storms off, obviously, but still continues the case. And Nausicaa, bless her heart,
she's trying.
She's trying. She really is. And I'm guessing now, like, it took you 12 episodes, but you're finally on the same page as we are.
Mm-hmm.
I really am kind of, with this show, I really am like kind of blown away by the fact that Nausicaa, the police department, the head of the police department, everyone in Japan, in Tokyo, has seen what has been going on, and yet no one believes them. Or no one believes Baku and Fuji when they say that there are interdimensional demons trying to cross our world and cause chaos.
Just because Baku does call himself a little kid in this episode, I believe this is warranted.
Now you know, dear, there's no such thing as monsters.
I swear that's so. I don't know what else you guys got to do. I don't know what else needs to happen. I mean, we've had so much chaos happen in the dream world that affected the real world, and people are still like, nah, nah, I don't believe you. Nausicaa, bless her heart. I'm like, you just saw a man on the couch nearly fade into dust, and you're like, I don't believe it. You weren't dreaming, I can tell you that, because if you were, you'd be in the dream world.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. But I guess she struck a nerve with Fuji because Fuji's like, what? You believe Baku now that my partner, who was an overall good guy, is now working with the nightmares?
Yes.
Where the fuck has he been all this time? What has he been doing? He went rogue. We don't know where he went. And Baku is the only one who confirms that, Nox is Otaka.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, no, it can't be. I'm like,
good grief.
Fuji, for the love of God. But again, we're building up. We're building up drama. We're building up tension. We're building, like, I'm even like, okay, I just want to strangle you, Fuji. I really do. But I get where you're coming from. You don't want to think bad about your partner. You don't want to think about the people you've worked with or that was a close friend that believed you.
Yeah.
I get it. I understand it. But something's going to happen. And you're not going to like it.
Yeah. And the powder keg will blow.
But it'll blow up in your face and fine, whatever. Let's see. What else happened? Oh, so I'm guessing, like, Aku is still kind of like, because the capsule that got shot was the shield or barrier.
Yeah.
He's kind of like, what was that? What's going on? What's happening? And he's kind of on edge because, yeah, our mission that we failed to mention in the beginning is
to stop the meteorite.
Yeah, can you imagine if there was a nightmare in this episode and it looked like Forza?
Oh, jeez.
this could be a moment that Forza could have, since they always love to do Legacy Rider merch. But no.
Well, I mean,
or heck, frick, Kabuto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Wait, you know what they should have done? They should have saved this 2-part episode for January. Maybe January. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Give me a second. Let's see. January 25th. So that we could be as close to the anniversary of Kamen Rider Kabuto's original air date. Stop the meteorite, which is literally what happened in Kabuto.
And they release Kabuto and Capsum toys not long ago.
Yeah.
They actually released a Kabuto capsule.
Yes.
Not surprised.
Yes, it was a 3-pack, Gaim and 01.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not a bad.
I would love to see what they do with those if they ever use them. What Baku would look like if he actually accessed them.
I think it's for the toy line because ever since Bull, or I guess technically Decade, they've been doing Legend Rider merch. You've got like those Legend Rider memories, O's, Ovals,
but they always
switches and
use
so
like
on.
some form of them, whether it's in a movie or a special.
Yeah.
So I would love to see how what would Zeztz look like accessing that kind of power, because normally his upgrades don't change his look very much. It just changes the color.
Yeah. Like if he used the Kabuto Capsum, the Capsun dough, and he had like red bead horn, the Kabuto looking armor.
Who knows? I would love to see what they do with that. But we're having a little problem with the Gachapon machine. Because apparently this room, the Gachapon machines and everything are kind of linked to Baku's subconscious. So when you're desperate and in a corner, you don't get anything. Mm-hmm. But when you're like, oh, whatever, nonchalant, you get like 2 in 1.
Jeez.
How does that work?
Well,
I have no idea.
What a ripoff, man. So, yeah, because obviously Zero is just kind of like, yeah, if you're forcing it, it's not going to happen. And luck is not always going to be on your side. Aren't you supposed to be on our side? You're going to
very fickle.
happen. Man, I should have traded in this motorcycle for that sweet Pee Wee Herman bike.
For me, it's funny because it's Robot Chicken's kid. I'm Scooter.
Well, oh yeah, Pee Wee did have a scooter. But yeah, so we after that little confrontation and whatnot between Agent 0 and 7, we decided to go into the human world, and we prevented Isekai from happening. Again.
Why does this keep happening?
What amuses me is that he uses the shield cap. He saves the kid's life. It's a great thing. But he causes property damage to that truck, and we don't know what the driver's reaction is, or if he got out.
We just like we talked about last night. Truck Kun got isekai'd. It wasn't the boy; it was the truck.
Either that, or it was the driver. For once.
If we know nothing what happened, that truck got completely destroyed from the front.
Yeah. Maybe it was a Decepticon, or as they're called in Japan,
I mean, self-driving cars are becoming more and more a thing. I'm hoping no one got hurt, but yeah, we just have that whole thing with the kid, obviously, again. But comedic moment for some reason, and also I'm kind of wondering why and how are you not dead? Baku gets clunked on the head by a meteorite.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised that such a small piece actually made it all the way through and all the way down without actually burning in our atmosphere to dust. But the fact that it's such a size, like it looks like the size of a softball, that going at that speed and that velocity didn't rip his head off. See, this is what is the problem with being smart, guys, is that you're like, wait, how the fuck is that even possible? You're one of those nerds that are just like, in all honesty, that should have killed him.
Yeah. Yeah, no, seriously, it always bothered me watching the extreme moves from Mortal Kombat because it's like I'm trauma that this causes. You should have died from this.
But I mean, he's the main character. He's got plot armor. Bless his soul. But yeah, in all honesty, there wouldn't be anything left of his pretty face if that was an actual incident. I don't know how. I don't really get how, but apparently he's no longer in the middle of the street. He's now in a park with his sister and Saya, talking about like what's gonna happen, and that apparently, and it is predicted by Neil deGrasse Tyson himself that supposedly in between 2030 and 2040 there is to be a meteorite that is supposed to be coming our way. Not likely to hit us, but
coming towards us, though.
Coming towards us. There is a chance that maybe a small part of it could break off, but we'll see what happens in the next 14 years.
Thankfully, in the next 14 years, oh no, I might not live long enough to experience Kamen Rider Ocean.
Either that, well, no, Skynet was supposed to take us over back in '97, and that never happened.
And then again in 2018.
Yeah, so I don't know. But then again, the timeline keeps getting screwed up because they keep sending damn machines back. And it keeps ruining the space-time continuum. Anyway. So...
Oh yeah, someone tries to go looking for Mr. Nagano while Baku's asleep.
And she goes into the closet and she doesn't find Nagano. She finds Ravage 2.0, and his reaction is, "Oh my!
Oh no!
Yeah, are you not supposed to be not like super like this? This literally is a Toku infiltrating shocker moment.
Yeah.
Like, how did you get in here? How did you? Well, it's not that hard. The fact that Baku over here literally has signs saying "Stay out, keep out, don't open." I'm like,
that makes people want to open more.
My dear boy, why? Why? That's just screaming that you have something that you're hiding in there.
Yeah, is Hiroshi Nagano in there? No. Well, I feel like he might be in there. What makes you think he's in there? The fact that you're not letting me inside to see.
And you know what? I said it on the first episode. I'm like, that coat hanger is such a dead giveaway.
Yeah.
It really, like, you couldn't use a regular coat hanger or something. That is such a it is such a dead giveaway, honestly. But yeah, she actually does move it, and it does open the door to the office, which Surprisingly, she takes it very well.
Yeah, I want answers. Well, okay, I'll give you answers.
You
You
know
better.
what? You know what? Honestly, I love his sister. I do. I do love her. I'm kind of like, most people when they find out that their brother, sister, or whomever is a Kamen Rider, they usually have some innate jerk reaction to overrule. You, on the other hand, it's just another Friday night.
Oh, jeez.
And who knew you had so much property in that one closet?
Mm-hmm.
And there is a robotic sentient motorcycle man in this room as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but no time to really placate on this because we need to go to the observatory. Why? Because the secret door might be inside the observatory. Secret door, 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 secret door. Oh yeah. Also, there's a telescope with the word Godo on it. So I'm like, is that an Ichigo reference?
Wasn't there a Godo in Forza? I don't know. There could have been so many. I don't know why it had Godo on it. That seemed really random. But there's something involved with it.
Yeah, but it'd be crazy if this was a reference to Godo from Ichigo.
Honestly, yeah, that would be. But yeah, so in the dream world, we find no doors. No doors.
Yeah.
We do find knocks.
Yeah. He's like, what are you doing? I'm trying to solve the mission of like trying to stop a meteor. Don't you think it's weird that Code sent a civilian to stop a meteor? No, because I came up with Code. It's part of my dream. Actually, no. Code existed even before you were born.
Wait, what?
It is that whole thing, especially with any Kamen Rider. There's a Sentai for that matter. Why were you chosen? What were you, And the only thing I could ever in my mind, like that would probably be the best explanation for it, is exactly what a certain Grim Reaper said to some snot-nosed preppy boy back in 2008.
Because shut up.
What, do you think you were special that I told you that you were just something, like some one in a million type of person? No. You were just there.
And I just wrote it in the most commonly spoken language.
I mean, I could say, you know what? As simply as he put it, I was bored. I wanted to see what happened. Which technically isn't that what majority of not the Sentais, but more of like the Power Rangers have been. They weren't really picked for their skills or anything. They were just it was pretty much like, yeah, pick a random cast of people. Not a lot,
Can you imagine the off chance that Jason and Zach were not at the juice bar? So instead, we got Bulk, Skull, Billy, Kimberly, and Trini as the Power Rangers.
How would you? Well, that'd be another question of what happened with all that math when Bulk turns into the Red Ranger.
Same thing that happens to Doggy Kruger's head.
Yeah, where'd it go? What happened? What happened? I don't know.
Well, if you see Kyoryu, you'll see that Ramirez loses a lot of weight when he turns Kyoryu Cyan.
That part was weird.
Well,
it's the Japanese version. There's no need for that.
That was weird, but also the fact, what's the face from Kyoryuger also had the same thing as Doggy Kruger. Like, where'd your beak go? No one ever talks about that now, do they?
Meanwhile, Dorado Meister gets a beak of sorts.
Yeah.
Where he previously did not have one.
Nox decides to just throw it all out. Like, again, you're not special. You're not this. You're not that. You just happened to be there, and you were just like, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Oh. And then he brings out his hell no sash.
Yeah.
I will say that is possibly one of the most realist comments that anyone could ever say to anyone. But yeah, so Nox, we saw you last week, and you had a special CSM belt. Where's that? Yeah, so it's a white side satchel with orange straps.
You know, if you really think about it, it looks very familiar. We've seen a white driver that looks like that before. Maybe someone who likes to wear Lululemons.
Well, look, Evil had a white motif, but it wasn't really like, again, the drive wasn't white. And it was Johnny Wood, not Lululemon.
Uh-huh.
But yeah,
when he transforms into Nox Knight, it's one of those rare times where he doesn't say to where they say henshin to transform. He says disguise.
Yeah, the captain says erase, but it also says disguise.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually very interesting as to why.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
Nox Knight is really cool.
I saw the scans, I saw the previews. People were already spoiling it online, and I just kind of looked at it and I said, "This is Ultron."
Yeah, Kamen Rider Ultron.
It's literally Ultron. Like, if I were to give you like a side by side, either a comic book or movie version Ultron, you'd be like, "That's Ultron." This is literally a Kamen Rider that looks exactly like Ultron.
I've got no strings to hold me down, to hold me back. Da, da, da.
Because again, it's not like that split for the visor where normally the head crest would be. It has gone down lower, which has split the visor into making it not a singular eye, but into 4 separate eyes.
Yeah.
So makes it looks like he's like scowling, but also like again, he's got like those Ultron eyes. Not a bad design. Very simple, but not bad. I am kind of wondering, what is his whole deal? But apparently he can teleport. He's got flash stuff. And yeah, so apparently also the capsule. We still are on that with the capsule.
He split. Yeah, so Nox splits him in half, turns into a pixelated version of Zeztz, in his Esperm form, and it starts going berserk. And of course, he uses his Nerf gun to destroy it once and for all.
I'm like, Nox, weren't you supposed to be kicking his ass? Not this thing, but I guess it's like also. Wait.
Capsum are the thing of nightmares.
Yeah. So
it's like this is implying that there are nightmares within the capsules, and then Baku is wearing them like skin, wearing them like armor.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like an old reference, like using the combos is not a good thing. You shouldn't be using the combos because there's massive repercussions that you do.
Mm-hmm.
And then we see here that again, I kind of wondered, so what exactly are the capsules, like, in all honesty? It kind of looking back at the 12 episodes that we have already covered, I always wait, isn't it kind of crazy how when Baku was fighting a certain enemy or whatever, like when he was fighting the crab machines, he had a machine level upgrade.
Yeah.
And then when he was fighting like the demon ones, he was using the illusionary ones.
Mm-hmm.
So are these things just counters, or are you fighting fire with fire? I guess, yeah, we're pretty much using our enemies as upgrades. So
like another blade.
Yeah. So does that mean Baku has been the bad guy this whole time and Nox is actually the good guy?
Egad.
Yeah,
Because
imagine that twist of this season.
Because the fact of the matter is that, look, Nox did steal a capsule to reverse his belt, but why did his belt turn that way? Why was this? How did this happen? And if so, aren't you just as bad as he is, Nox? We don't know that.
Yeah, I didn't really much understand that last scene. It's like he destroys that Zeztz, but it's like,
Yeah, he says that the capsules make dreams come true. That is the real truth. Okay, so if that's true, which we kind of already knew that, what was that we just saw?
they also make nightmares come true.
Well, he lost his shield, so we'll see what happens with that.
That shield was a built-in suicide booth.
Yeah.
Mm.
So that is the end of the episode. What's going to happen with Nox? What are the capsules? What's going to happen with Big Skits and Agent Zero? We'll have to wait for next week to find out.
Yep. This episode is low 8 for me. It's nice to have a nice change of pace with astronomy and a little kid. I like the new form with this guy, but story-wise, I feel like nothing's really being advanced. I mean, yeah, we find out that Zero might be a little bit shadier than we previously know, but we already knew that.
Yeah, especially now that Big Sis Minami is now with Zero, but never told Baku. Never told him. And again, him, Nem, and Baku drove off and never once mentioned that his sister now knows about the closet, about what he does, what's going on. No, not once. So are you not telling him to protect his sister, or or is there like an ulterior motive to not telling him?
Also, now that the sister knows about the base, what is she going to do now?
Again, we have no idea what happened to the sister after she found out. She just never showed back up. Okay. Yeah, this one right now is just probably a 7 for me. Like that, we'll see what happens next week.
Mm-hmm. How about you, Jake?
I honestly give it I thought it was an enjoyable episode. Nox Knight has a cool design, and it's to me, I feel like the plot thickening a bit. Like, oh, you think you make up with code that existed before you were born, and it's like, I want to know more about this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hopefully next week we get an explanation to what code actually is.
or by episode 16 at least.
Yeah.
Because remember, it's episode 16 is when we found out that DGP was actually a reality show.
For people in the future.
In another dimension. All right. Okay, let's talk about the audience. So, for real surprise, we did not make this a Forza reference.
Yeah, they totally missed out on that one.
Yeah, or at least Super 1. I still don't fully get all these different capsum of the same color. I mean, they're not wrong. I feel like if they just simplified it to having just one capsum color and then just make it a very specific ability, like, or list of abilities per capsum, you wouldn't have to carry them 4 at a time.
Well, even so, it's like, okay, so there's 4 types, if I'm right.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember in Knox's notebook, there was one that was scratched out.
Mm-hmm.
And then we find that Zero actually had one that was white.
That's right.
So, what is it, Knox? That you don't believe that capsule exists, or what exactly? There's a mysterious fifth one that you may or may not know exists.
I don't know. But yeah, that's it for the comments, guys. We hope you enjoyed. Please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Hit the bell icon to stay notified for our latest videos. And be sure to share videos because it helps us out with the algorithm. We do Kamen Rider Black, Kamen Rider Zeztz, number 1 Sentai Gojuger, Ultraman Omega, and Tojiwa Tanzaburo wants to be a Kamen Rider. We also have interviews from Robo Toy Fest that we recently uploaded. Check those out. Check out our sister channel, The Buttery Show, where we discuss all things movies and TV shows. We recently uploaded our interview with Suzanne Blakesley, who played a fairly odd godmother. With pink hair, green shirts, and loves men with green hair. And yeah, check out our vlogs. We posted a few of them recently. Check those out. And yeah, check out our personal content. Me and Steve are on Instagram. Jake is on YouTube and Twitter. Want to say hi to us in person? We'll be at the Pasadena Convention Center on January 25th for Pasadena Comic Con and August 28th through the 30th for Power Morphicon. We love you guys. We hope you have a great rest of your week, and we hope to see you again real soon. Goodbye.
Good night.
Adios.